Jay North, a name that resonates with nostalgia for many who grew up in the golden era of television. This talented young actor captured hearts as the mischievous Dennis Mitchell in the hit CBS sitcom Dennis the Menace. But Jay North's life wasn't just about the laughter. Hidden behind the iconic role were struggles and hardships that he faced as a child star. Join us as we explore the life and legacy of Jay North, a story of fame intertwined with resilience and challenges. What are your fondest memories of watching Dennis the Menace as a child? Did you see a bit of yourself in Dennis? Born on August 3, 1951, in Los Angeles, California, Jay Waverly North Jr. was destined for the spotlight. From the moment he took his first steps on stage at the tender age of 5, his passion for performance was unmistakable. His big break came when he was cast as Dennis Mitchell in Dennis the Menace, a role that would define his youth and ultimately shape his life. The show premiered on October 4, 1959, and quickly became a staple of American television. The premise was simple yet relatable: a well-meaning child whose antics often led to chaotic circumstances. Adapted from the beloved comic strip by Hank Ketchum, the show captured the innocence of childhood amidst the backdrop of a 1950s suburban neighborhood. In every episode, viewers tuned in to watch Dennis in his characteristic striped shirt and overalls, bringing laughter and joy into living rooms across the nation. The show's appeal lay in its ability to present humorous scenarios that spoke to both children and adults. Dennis's antics, whether it was accidentally digging a hole in Mr. Wilson's yard or misunderstanding adult conversations, showcased the innocent mischief that every child experiences. However, as Jay North basked in the fame of being America's little darling, his life behind the camera was anything but idyllic. While audiences adored Dennis Mitchell, Jay faced pressures and struggles that would ultimately challenge his childhood happiness. How do you think childhood experiences shape who we become as adults? Can you relate to any of the innocent mischief that Dennis got into? Fame is often referred to as a double-edged sword, and for young Jay North, the accolades came with an insurmountable price. While Dennis the Menace made him a household name, the pressures that accompanied such exposure weighed heavily on him. In interviews later in life, Jay candidly shared that his childhood was marred by the struggles of living in the spotlight. With a mother who worked full-time to provide for the family, Jay was primarily raised by his aunt and uncle during filming, and while the world saw him as a cute, carefree boy, he experienced the darker realities of child stardom, which often included an abusive environment. "If I took more than 1 or 2 takes, I would be threatened and then whacked," he revealed, shedding light on the physical and emotional abuse he endured behind the scenes. This harsh treatment not only affected his time on set, but also shaped his outlook on life, creating a burden too heavy for a young child to bear. As he continued to act in the series, the pressures of fame intensified. The aftershocks of his experiences lingered, leading him to feelings of isolation and confusion. It wasn't until tragedy struck another child star, Rusty Hamer from The Danny Thomas Show, who tragically took his own life at the age of 42, that Jay began to reassess his own life choices. This event served as a turning point for North, compelling him to reflect on the complexities of childhood fame and find ways to navigate the conflicting emotions that accompanied it. What are your thoughts on the pressures faced by child stars today? Do you think they have it easier or harder than they did in the past? As the final credits of Dennis the Menace rolled in 1963, Jay North faced not only the end of a television era, but the daunting task of redefining his identity. Transitioning from child star to adult actor is notorious for its challenges, and for North, the road was fraught with difficulties. Post-Dennis, Jay attempted to branch out by pursuing other acting roles. He made appearances in various television shows, including My Three Sons and The Lucy Show, yet none could capture the overwhelming success or popularity of his childhood character. Feeling the chains of typecasting, North found it hard to break free from the label of Dennis the Menace, a role that had become both a blessing and a curse. His anguish was palpable as he sought roles that would allow him to showcase his range as an actor. In search of a fresh start, Jay took a significant step, enlisting in the U.S. Navy in 1977. He believed this would provide the discipline and direction he so desperately sought. His military service transformed him, offering structure and a sense of belonging that he had been missing. "I needed a new direction," he reflected in later interviews, emphasizing the importance of this chapter in his life. After completing his service, North transitioned into a new career as a corrections officer with the Florida Department of Corrections, stepping away from the limelight entirely. This was not just a job, but a pivotal moment of reinvention, where he found stability and a community that embraced him beyond the glitz of Hollywood. Have you ever had to reinvent yourself in your career or personal life? How did you navigate that transition? Jay North's journey is one of resilience and reflection. Though he struggled with his identity post-Dennis, he slowly began to reconcile with his past, transforming it into a source of strength. In the years that followed, he often reflected on the dichotomy between his public persona and private experiences. He grappled with painful memories, yet found ways to channel them into humor. One of the most memorable moments came in 1987 when he appeared in an episode of HBO's Not Necessarily the News. In a surreal twist, Jay parodied himself, a former child star who had been neglected by Hollywood executives. Dressed in his character's familiar overalls and striped shirt, North infused humor into his reflections, highlighting the absurdity of it all. This moment served not only as comedic relief, but as a therapeutic expression. It allowed him to reclaim a part of his identity that had long been overshadowed by fame. Amidst this journey of self-discovery, Jay found companionship in Cindy Hackney, whom he married in 1993. Their partnership marked a turning point in his life, providing the stability he had yearned for during the chaotic years of his youth. North's marriage became a significant aspect of his narrative, a testament to personal growth and a newfound commitment to building a family life. What lessons do you think we can learn from Jay North's journey about resilience and self-acceptance? Have you ever had a moment of reclaiming your identity? Jay North passed away on insert date of passing at the age of 73, leaving behind a legacy that extends far beyond the screen. His journey reflects the intricate web of child stardom, where the glitz, glamour, and laughter are often overshadowed by struggles that many may never see. His story is a poignant reminder of the challenges faced by those in the entertainment industry, particularly child actors who often grapple with the very fame that made them beloved. Jay's candid reflections have opened discussions about the mental health of child stars, shining a light on the importance of compassion and understanding for those navigating similar paths. In remembrance of Jay North, let us celebrate not only the character of Dennis Mitchell, but the resilient man behind the role. His journey through adversity teaches us valuable lessons about identity, healing, and the strength required to overcome life's challenges. As we honor his memory, we are reminded of the impact he had on audiences and the conversations he prompted about childhood trauma, resilience, and the quest for self-acceptance. As we reflect on the life of Jay North, it's essential to consider the broader implications of his story. North's experiences as a child star highlight the complexities of fame, especially for those who start their careers at a young age. The entertainment industry, for all its glitter and glamour, bears a heavy responsibility for nurturing young talent. It is imperative that we establish an environment that prioritizes the well-being of child actors over the pursuit of profit. Child stardom can lead to a lifetime of challenges. The pressure to maintain a public persona can lead to mental health struggles, feelings of isolation, and a sense of loss that can last well into adulthood. Jay's candid reflection on his past serves as a reminder that behind every beloved character lies a human being with their own fears, insecurities, and stories. His journey urges us to foster conversations about mental health, not only for child actors, but for individuals in all walks of life. As we move forward, it's vital that we, as a society, acknowledge the emotional toll of the entertainment industry. Support systems must be in place to guide these young stars through the highs and lows of fame. Parents, agents, and industry professionals must work together to create safe spaces where children can express themselves, navigate their careers with guidance, and prioritize their mental well-being over public acclaim. What impact do you think Jay North's experiences can have on future child stars? How can we better support young talent in the entertainment industry? Thank you for joining us as we pay tribute to Jay North. If you have fond memories of Dennis the Menace or reflections on Jay's journey, we invite you to share them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that matter as we explore more lives and legacies that have shaped our entertainment landscape.